Hello, this is Prince of Somnia, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon FireRed. Today, we're entering the Seafoam Islands. It's an optional dungeon. I think this is the last optional thing I'm going to be doing before this LP ends, actually, which is pretty cool. Anyway, as you can tell, it's an ice area. Ice areas are nice. I personally prefer volcano areas, but, well, Mount Ember wasn't exactly that much of a volcano area, was it? Anyway, we've got strength puzzles. Push that boulder down that hole. Ice heal. More like a nice heal. What's over here? More strength puzzles? You can already tell what this dungeon's gonna be all about. Yep, and let's go ahead and push you down there. We have to re-establish strength. Got it. Nothing more for us over there. You want to make sure you enter the islands through the door I entered through. If you try to enter the other one, it won't work. Just so you know. And the main gimmick of this dungeon is pushing boulders into holes for reasons we'll see later. Not right now. Ooh, a revive. Yeah, if you enter the wrong way, you'll end up in that area and it's like closed off. It's no good. Alright. Which ladder do I want to head down first? This one looks like it leads down a side path. Or maybe not. Again, I'm kind of doing this, maybe not blind, but guideless, and just sort of figuring it out as I go along. It's not like the puzzles in this game are particularly hard. I try to go as guideless as I can, you know, but if I really need a guide, then hey, I'll look it up. Like with Twilight Princess HD, I've been playing a whole lot of that game. Pretty much to the exclusion of Xenoblade X, which is kind of bad, but I've been playing a whole... Oh, well, I don't care about the Big Pearl. I've been playing so much of Twilight Princess HD lately, and I've actually been doing it all pretty much guideless for the most part, with, like, very, very small exceptions. I'm doing pretty well. Usually I'm not that great at puzzle games, but apparently I'm better than I thought I was. Maybe that's just, you know, now that I'm older, I can actually handle puzzles. Anyway, you see that boulder over there that's kind of in... Well, you can't see it now. That boulder over there is what we're trying to... That's why we're pushing the boulders down the holes. We're trying to get to stop the current so we can actually surf. Well, I suppose running into new Pokemon, because I'm running low on repels, is as good a time as any to talk about the new encounters in this area. Well, new encounter. Besides the one encounter you're probably thinking of. Brand new encounter for today. For some reason, that doesn't look quite right. Well, I'm sure it's nothing. Anyway, the new encounter for this area is Seal. That's S-E-E-L. Because they're original. Seal's okay. It's pretty bulky for a water type, but, well, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm not all that much of a fan of bulk. But that's just me. It's not a terrible Pokemon. It becomes a water-ice type later on. So if... Well, yeah, basically. So I wouldn't say it's terrible. I personally like Lapras a little bit better as a water-ice type. I suppose if you're going for something a little less overused, then Seal might be the Pokemon for you. That's the only new encounter in this area. Well... That's not entirely true. That's the only new... Well, never mind. You could fill in the details yourself from what I've said. Fortunately, I'm running low on Ultra Balls, so we might actually see a seal around here. Or not Ultra Balls. No, I've got loads of Ultra Balls. I'm running out of repels. I got 36. I hope that'll be enough. You know, given the inordinate amount of luck I've had in the last episode with legendary catching, this means that catching Articuno is going to... Yeah, sorry, I spoiled it in advance. We're catching Articuno in this episode. But this means that catching Articuno is going to take like 4 hours, isn't it? It's almost guaranteed. Oh, God. I'm going to see how well my repels carry me through the rest of this. Oh. Well, then what's in that area up there? Now I'm curious. I'm gonna go check first. I'm really riding on these last repels. The only reason why I use repels is because without them it's just way too annoying. Oh, I think I know where this goes. Oh, yeah, it definitely does. That will take you to the other exit of the Seafoam Islands if you want to get out of here real quick. So if you're trying to get through Cinnabar Island through the Seafoam Islands, that's how you do it. But I'm not. I'm here because... Yeah, okay. I'm here because of this guy! Yeah, might as well. We got escape rope. Wow, we have a lot of escape ropes. I guess because I've never needed to use them up until now. Let's see. I want Laxus up front for this. And I'm going to save right here. Just in case I screw up. This is take one. Alright, here we go. This is Articuno, level 50, pressure for the ability with the moves Mist, Agility, Mind Reader, and Ice Beam. Fortunately, aside from Ice Beam, there's really not much Articuno can do to you. That being said, Ice Beam is also pretty darn powerful and could possibly freeze you, which would be awful. As for Articuno itself, it's more of a tanky version of the birds. It's sort of a... Yeah, basically it's the tankier Pokemon in the trio, which is kind of weird, but I actually kind of like Articuno a little bit. Not the least of which is that it's one of the only Pokemon in the game that can learn an instant death attack, or one-hit KO attack, as well as Mind Reader, which guarantees accuracy for the next move you use. I mean, it's not as abusive a combination as it might sound, but, I mean, come on! Guaranteed instant KO is pretty cool sounding, at least. If you like abusing instant KO, you should wait until I get around to playing Final Fantasy V. Ha ha ha! Unfortunately, the problem here I have is that nothing really resists ice on my team, and I failed to get paralysis on it in time. Well, not resist ice, but like... This, yeah, actually. If I look at my team... Yeah, I don't think anything here actually resists ice except for Tessie, which is kind of bad. And I failed to get paralysis on it, which is even worse. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to do this without paralysis. I'm still gonna try and avoid using my Master Ball. There's something even more devious that I want to use it on. Oh no, you used Mind Reader even though the only other move you have has 100 accuracy. I've completely forgotten what Mist does, by the way. Ha ha ha! Shows how many times I use it. I've always liked Articuno. I don't know why. I've always liked it more than all the other birds. I mean, even though Zapdos is pretty much flat out better, or flat out the best of the trio. Oh, I had my hopes up for a second there. But yeah, Even though Zapdos is pretty much the best of the trio, I've always had like a soft spot in my heart for Articuno. Maybe it's just the design of Articuno, how cool it looks. I wasn't trying to go for a pun there. Not on purpose this time. Oh, what am I saying? I should never apologize for a pun. But fortunately, if it uses Ice Beam 10 times in a row, it basically can't do anything to me until it kills itself with struggle, so that's pretty nice. Unfortunately, it seems to be content to shroud itself in mist. Is that the one that prevents, like, debuffs or something, like stat debuffs? I forget. I've never really been a fan of Mind Reader and Lock On. It's like if you have to use Mind Reader or Lock On to make sure your attack hits, then why don't you just use a move with more accuracy? It's one of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of Fire Blast, Blizzard, or... well, no, not Solar Beam. Solar Beam has 100 accuracy. I'm not a fan of it for different reasons. R.I.P. Laxus. I'm not bringing him back. He's not going to be useful for anything anymore. Since I failed to get paralysis on Articuno, and it doesn't have a physical attack. You can't do anything either. I could have started with Tessie, and I don't think you can freeze ice types. You could paralyze electric types, but freezing ice types? No, that doesn't work. Not that freeze is all that good. There's no move in the game that straight up inflicts the freeze status, and the freeze status has a chance of wearing off every round, including the round it gets applied. Which is really stupid. That is, if you're faster than... if the Pokemon Frozen is slower than... well, you get the idea. Fortunately, with Tessie out there, I can pretty much wall Articuno for the rest of the fight. I was shaking for a while there, but I guess not anymore. That instant KO move Articuno can learn, it's called Sheer Cold. It learns it naturally, too. Ah! I was preparing myself, and you were probably preparing your eardrums. But no. Unfortunately, I don't have all that much to run my mouth about while I'm trying to capture Articuno here. I spent too much of the last few episodes bitching about catching legendaries, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Or at least I'm not going to try to. I guess I could talk about Twilight Princess HD, since I've got nothing better to talk about right now. So I've actually gotten pretty far in that game. Yesterday, I just beat the Temple of Time. I only bought the game, like, last week. Of course, this means that I've been playing it to the exclusion of Xenoblade X, which I said before, which is kind of bad because, well, I love Xenoblade Chronicles, so I really want to play it Xenoblade X, but it's just easier for me to get through Twilight Princess because I don't need to level grind. Xenoblade X, I do need to level grind. Those of you who have played the game are probably asking, why do you need to level grind? Well, I haven't exactly been fighting everything I come across. I'm not sure whether or not I find the fact that you can... there's so many really high-level enemies that aggro on sight in so many of the areas, like in, what is it, Noctilia or something like that? That's where I am, by the way. I'm in the first trip to Noctilia, Chapter 4. And it's cool and all, but it's like also kind of really irritating to run into enemies that'll kill you on sight, pretty much really quickly. I mean, I understand why they did it. It's because it's more like a, you know, in nature you could find creatures that are really, really powerful and creatures that are not so powerful. but still. I spent the longest time trying to find my way in that area. Holy cow, Artilia's like a maze, man. And then I remember I had the follow ball. Xenoblade X is pretty fun, though. I mean, it is really huge, which is actually kind of nice. Just running around exploring is fun, especially since running and jumping makes me jump like John Carter from Mars. Not that I mind, though. There's just something about leaping through the air for like 12 feet that's just so entertaining. I don't know why. I can't wait until I get Skells in that game, though. Holy cow. I'm also running really low on Ultra Balls. Holy cow. Something tells me that this will not be done in one take. Oh well. I've also been playing Fire Emblem Fates recently. I'm trying to finish it as fast as I can so I can move on to Bravely Second. You know, I feel kind of guilty playing Bravely Second when I haven't even finished Fates. All of it, including, like, Birthright, Conquest, Revelations. I'm on Revelations right now. I'm gonna try not to say more about that, though. Because, you know, spoilers. Not that I'm really good at tactics RPGs like that, anyway. I mean, I'm playing it on as close to the easiest difficulty as I can. Not Phoenix mode, though. Phoenix mode is just cheating. But that's because I'm too casual for classic mode or hard mode. Same goes for games like Dragon Age Origins. I love the game, but I play it on such a piss-easy difficulty. I'd still have trouble. That's how bad I am at strategy, viewers. Do I really believe it's gonna kill me in 5 turns? No, but it might kill me in 19. Alright. Do I have any hyper potions? I got 3 full restores. And I wouldn't entirely be cut up about using the full restores either. No, I must have used my hyper potions. I'm not used to using... I'm more used to having a whole bunch of Moo Moo Milks, because... I'm gonna try and say it better. Moo Moo Milks, because I noticed in another episode when I said it too quickly, it's kind of blurred together. I'm gonna try my best to use... I'm used to having Moo Moo Milks in Pokemon games. Like, you could just find a place where you could buy dozens of them. And I prefer Moo Moo Milks to anything, because it heals like 100 HP, so it's good for out-of-battle healing as well as in-battle healing. I mean... And unlike some people, I feel no shame about spamming healing items when I need to. But you know that about me by now. But that's because I think about Pokemon in terms of, like, traditional RPGs, where, you know, you make the best of all the resources you have. You know, if the game gives you Yes! Got it! Whoa! I'm not as excited about that one. Well, alright. That took quite a bit of time, but not as much as I thought it could. It was like 13 minutes-ish? Somewhere around that. You know, I'm usually not this lucky with legendaries. Usually it takes me far longer to do it, but, well, I got this one and I got all of them in... Okay, no. I was about to say I got all of them in one take, but that would be a lie. Alright, well that's all I wanted to do here in the Seafoam Islands. Oh, wrong pocket. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? There they are. Escape ropes. Let's get out of here. it'll just take you straight back to the exit you used to get in there. I don't think I've ever shown off escape ropes, now that I think about it. But alright, so let's see, that's all the islands taken care of, all the optional dungeons taken care of, which means that next time on Let's Play Pokemon FireRed, we're finally going to move on towards finishing the game. All we have left is Meridian City's Pokemon Gym, and from there, Victory Road and the Indigo Plateau itself. But who is the gym leader of Meridian City anyway? I don't know, but I feel like when I go into that gym, I'm gonna rock it. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon FireRed. See you guys then. Oh, as if nobody knows who the gym leader of this place is by now.